Okay, so let's talk about like um, the whole concept of a black belt. Okay, so some people think that, oh, a black belt means that you have the ability to beat other people up. Okay, and like or you have like such a great skill in a particular martial art that that's why you have a black belt. And a lot of people will look at it and go, well, how come that black belt over there can't beat a white belt that is bigger than that individual when they come in, right? When the newer guy who has no skill at all, he's bigger, he's stronger, maybe he's athletic, and he can beat up the white belt guy. Okay, and the answer to that question is the black belt may not necessarily mean what you think it means. You know, in the whole concept of the mind, body, spirit, you know, besides just the body, right? You also have the mind and the spirit. And sometimes black belt is kind of like an earned status, but a status in the sense where the individual knows all of the simple, basic, um, I guess, knowledge sets that they may not be at the level now to maximize the effects of that particular skills, but they've learned enough of the curriculum to be able to say that in the future, if they keep up their training, that they will get there. Okay, that's why you have the kid that's a like a 12-year-old kid who's a prodigy in kung fu or karate or whatever, and he has a black belt, but some white belt guy who went into the military who has nothing to do with karate can beat him up, right? Because the belt itself is just a curriculum of or a state where they're saying, okay, you have enough of this knowledge that we consider you a black belt. Okay, the same thing goes with like being an instructor versus being a practitioner, being like a I don't know, high level martial artist, right? You have those that can teach, you can those that can do, you get those that are highly experienced or highly like gifted in the art, but it doesn't mean that they're a great teacher, right? You know, or anything like that. Just like how like we got the people that may be like excellent martial artists, they may be excellent teachers, but they suck at business. So what happens is they don't do well. They don't make a huge amount of money. They're not popular. Maybe they're not photogenic. Maybe people look at them and like, oh, like this doesn't look like a martial arts instructor. I don't want to look bad going to that guy's school, so I'm not gonna go, right? But if they go to that guy's school, they can learn a huge amount of stuff, right? Same thing goes, right? So when you look at a black belt doesn't necessarily mean, oh, that guy can kick everybody's butt. Black belt means the same thing as like kind of like a college degree means, right? The student have achieved a certain level by meeting a certain amount of requirements to pass a certain criteria. And that criteria is that you got a degree or you got this particular level that is recognized by everybody else saying, yeah. So they learned these 10 things, they did these 20 things, and for the most part, they did it well enough to be able to get this particular degree. Are they the best doctor? Not necessarily. You know, can they necessarily apply all of the concepts they learned in school? Maybe, maybe not. Will they actually get a job in that particular position? We don't know. Okay, but did they take all the classes that are required? Yes, they did. Did they meet it with at least a 70% proficiency rating? Yes, they did. Maybe can they get into the position later on in life where they're now able to maximize those particular things that are associated with that particular skill set or ranking? Yeah. So basically, that's what the black belt is. So people who are like getting down on these black belts realize that it's a time thing. Now, some people will say, "Well, you just paid for that particular belt ranking. You really didn't earn it." Wow, if the guy paid for it, he earned it, right? He earned it through money, right? That's how the world works. It's corruption, right? So it doesn't matter. I mean, you can get down on a guy, you can call the school my dojo, you can say that, oh, that guy's a black belt, but not really. So what? Who cares, right? The guy's got a black belt.